Hey, this is Mike, aka Captain Crypto. We are going over the Bitcoin halving cycle to kind of make a little trading video on what that is so people can understand a little bit better. I've got a trading view chart pulled up here, and as you can see, we've got these orange lines in the center represent the halving. The first halving was back here in 2012, and when it first started halving, they dropped out. They gave 50 Bitcoin per block, so every 10 minutes there was 50 Bitcoin given away to the miners. And then after that first halving, that dropped to 25, and so on. The second halving in 2016 dropped that to 12.5. Then the third halving in 2020 dropped that to 6.25. Now this last halving in April of 2024, it has dropped that to 3.25. So that's basically what is going on here, and that's why the price keeps driving up. How does the price keep driving up? Let's go over that real quick. And here's the live view of this. As you can see, each time there's a halving, there's a jump in price. This first section here you can't see, but I'm gonna fix the system so you can zoom in and see that. Now, when you zoom in here, this is gonna be really neat here. You zoom into this little place here and zoom up here where it was below weight. It was $100 or $2, so you gotta really mess with your scale there to even see how much it went up. And when we look at that here, let's zoom out, and the price was way down here at less than $1. Then in the halving, after the first halving, it jumped up. And how far did it jump up? It jumped up quite a bit. You look at this here. It went from $1 to $1,100. If we measure that right there, so from the halving, it went up 9,000%. If I do recall, I asked ChatGPT, or actually Grok. Here's one from Grok here of saying what's the financial numbers. It actually showed it going up 57,000%. So that's a huge percent. So there was a lot of rich people in the early days of mining that are out there. So that's the first run there. So it ran basically for each one of these lines are a week. So it ran for 12 bars or 12 weeks, which is about a year. And then people started taking profit. And when I say they started taking profit, you can see here because it started going back down. We get back out of that, and oops. Don't want to do that. Let me go back down. Jumped up there too much. Get back down to where we can actually see it. So how much profit, when people were buying at the high there, and it went back in its cycle there, it did lose 87%. So if it was $1,200 or $1,166, it went down to $150. That's 86%. So if you put $1 in there or $1,000, basically you would be down quite a bit on there. So you gotta be careful about when you do buy, and when you get Bitcoin, it's for the long term, because it always has these cycles, which we're going to review right now as we do this. Now I'm going to zoom out here and scroll back down. This is the next halving. So it went down 86% here. From that to the next halving, we're going to go back up here and see how far it went up. So we scroll this back up to the top of that. You can't even see that 20,000% gain or whatever. When you look at it from here, let me zoom back up here. This is the second halving. So 2016, this is when I got involved in 2017, which is right around here in this little peak here. From the low of the other market, this is just approximate numbers here, to the high, another 18,000%. That's spectacular. Now, once again, it peaked out and went back into a bear market. So people started taking profit that had Bitcoin here. This happens every cycle. Almost, or so far it has. It dropped another 83%. So once again, became a lot of Bitcoin haters in there because they don't understand the cycles. Going into 2020, back in the COVID days, we had another cycle in there, and we went from, let me see here, we went from the lows of the other cycle to that, which was 2,200%. And we went up there. We had a big, huge run. Each one of these is a week. So the halving was in May 11th of 2020, and each of this is a week for 7 days. We had a huge run there, went up, it peaked out. People started taking profit, and then people said they weren't done. They started buying again, went back, hit a second peak. Then people took profit again and pushed it back down here. From the top to the bottom here, we had basically went down 78%, almost another 80% on there, and that went for 462 days. So it was a bear market for a little over a year on there. Now then they went back into this next current run. So from the current run, the bottom of the current thing up to where we are today is 643%. So we went down, and that's taken us almost 3 years to get there. So we're up 600%. This market run is not over, I don't think, but I'm not a financial advisor. This is mainly just showing you how to use this trading view and how to get some different things in here. You can add a lot of indicators on here by just dropping your indicators down, and if you have the paid version, you can, find all kinds of cool stuff on here and put some different indicators on the chart. But that is basically where we're at here. We're right around here. Where it goes from here, nobody knows. Hopefully it's going to go up here somewhere in the neighborhood. Who knows, from the last high. If we went up last time, we went 2,000%. If we go up 1,000%, that's 177,000. If we go up if we go up 1,500%, that's $243,000. So the numbers change a lot, and we could get, some people say on the internet as much as $1 million. I don't believe that, but if it were to go to $1 million, let's go back down here and see where we're at there. If it were to go up to $1 million, that's approximately 7,000%. Being, the last halving was 2,000%, 2,200%. I think that's a little much, but governments are buying in now. We set up Federal Reserve funds, or the U.S. government. Trump has announced that. Other countries are coming on board, so we do have a lot more catalysts than we've had in the past. So who knows where this will go? If companies start reserving Bitcoin on their balance sheets, and the EFTs have all been approved, so we got a lot more fires in the water right now to push that price higher. So God only knows how high it will go this time, but in the meantime, it's good that you understand what these cycles are, and that they, how they work on there. The best prediction of the future is the past in many cases. So you want to understand, it's probably going to go up and it's probably to go down. It's going to be very volatile. So if you do get to the space here, understand that, and hopefully you're in it for the long run on there. Thanks a lot. This is Captain Crypto signing off. We hope to see you again on a lot of these future videos. Thanks a lot, guys.